and welcome back to Griffith's Kitchen. Today we are on site at Lucky Dumpling in Colorado Springs, and with me I have our guest chef, Brother Luck, who is the owner of Lucky Dumpling, and later we will have a special guest, our foundation board chair, David Brinker, who will help us prepare the dumplings. All right, Brother Luck, so what will we be learning today?
All right, so today we're going to make shrimp dumplings. So I've got this amazing spinach dough. We've got some shrimp. We curate that up with some sesame, some garlic. We're going to wrap that into the dough. I'm going to be showing how to do the pinches, and we're going to pan sear them, and then we're going to deglaze that with an amazing sauce. So we're going to have something really cool, some delicious bites. We're going to make some dope dumplings today.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm Chef Brother Luck. I'm the owner of 4 by Brother Luck and Lucky Dumpling, and today I'm here with David, and we are going to be making some shrimp dumplings. We go way back, which is pretty cool, when we started talking about, you know, the Griffith's kitchen and what we were going to do with it, and here we are years later, and we get to talk about something.
I met you over at Brother Luck's Greetings.
Yes, we had some good and Chef Paige was with us, and oh man, it's been amazing to watch some of these young talents grow and turn into amazing adults, and we get to be a part of that story. So yeah, all right. So today we're gonna make some shrimp dumplings. I have a dough here that we've made. This is simply water, flour, and salt, and then I add a little bit of green spinach powder. Now, one of the reasons we add green spinach powder is actually to be able to tell the difference between our dumplings. So if we have nothing but, you know, plain doughs, I have no idea if it's chicken or if it's beef or it's shrimp. So we actually add different colors to be able to tell the difference. So something cool there. So we're going to cut these guys down into smaller pieces. Now, you've never rolled a dumpling, right?
Never have.
All right, this is going to be fun. I get to give a lesson for the first time. So the dough, we simply mix that water, that salt, and that flour together until we get something that's pliable, and then we allow it to rest for about 20 minutes. Essentially, all we're doing is just developing a little bit of gluten, so it's got some give to it, some pull to it. This allows us to stretch it. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this down into a smaller piece, and it's like working with Play-Doh. I think one of the best parts about making dumplings, or anything with dough for that matter, is the fact that you can just repair it by pinching it back together. You don't need no Band-Aids, you don't need no stitches. It's literally just going to come right back together. So we're going to cut these down into smaller pieces that we can work with to make the individual dumplings. So I'm going to cut these guys into smaller pieces. And once we have those, we're going to roll them into little round spheres. So as we get to these round spheres, we have now the base of our dumpling dough. So a little bit of flour, just going to sprinkle that right on there. I'm going to get a little bit on my gloves too, just so the dough doesn't stick to my hands. And I'm going to take the palm of my hand and just make it into a nice round disc. That disc is going to be the base of our dough. So this is the part where it gets complicated. We haven't even made it to pinching yet, but this is the rolling out part. I've rolled 1,000 of these and plus through China, through Japan, and even here in the States. And this is the technique that we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll partially with just the end of this rolling pin to the center, and we're going to pull back. So that's going to stretch the dough. And we're going to rotate the dough in a circular motion to be able to stretch it out into a nice round skin. So I'm going to roll that out. I'm just going to keep stretching it over and over and over to be able to build my skin until you end up with a nice dumpling round. And see, here's the thing. You've now got something that is ready to be pinched and folded and ready to happen for your dumpling. Okay? So that's going to be step 1. Right? The second part of this is the pinch. So I've got some chopped up shrimp here with a little bit of scallop. We've added some sesame oil and some ginger to that, and I'm just going to add a little bit to the center to kind of create my filling. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it 5 times on the edge to create the ridge. So I'm going to pinch it once on the end, like a little taco shell. And then once it's pinched like that, I'm going to create another fold and pull that back to the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll give 1 for good luck. Now anything extra, we can just put back in there. But at this point, we've now got our pot sticker, or gyoza as they're known in Japan, and that's going to be our dumpling. So that's what you're doing today. How you feeling?
Great.
All right, so it's your turn, David. You get to make the next dumplings. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to be the coach. I'm going to work you through, and I'm going to keep rolling some while you're doing that. So you remember all the steps?
Not really. I will try. I will try. My memory is short. Time of my life.
I gotta say, I'm really impressed. I've trained a lot of people in making dumplings. You've actually picked this up pretty quick. This is impressive. Skills, mad skills. Okay. So we've got dumplings. I think now we're ready to start cooking.
All right.
That's a pretty good comparison. All right, so now it's time for the cook. We're gonna do what's called the two-sear process. So pot sticker means literally exactly that. It means to stick to the pot. All right, we're on now. So I have a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. We're just going to let that kind of heat up a little bit. Now this is a non-stick pan. I like to use non-stick pans for this because I think it actually helps release the pot sticker. But what we're going to do is we're going to sear it once on the bottom. We're going to add some water, allow it to steam with a lid. And then once all the water is gone and evaporated, it's going to stick to the pan and caramelize on the bottom. So that's where the name pot sticker is actually coming from. So we're going to put our monster dumplings in first. And then we're going to build these cute little guys around the sides. And we're going to start the cooking process. Give us a nice little presentation in the pan. So what I'm looking at, because this is also a fresh dough, it's going to cook a lot faster. That's the other thing that you have to consider when you're working with fresh doughs, is they cook faster. I mean, whether you're making fresh pasta or you're making fresh dumplings, it all cooks really, really quick. So we're just trying to get a quick sear on the bottom of this. This is going to give us a nice foundation of texture before we add the water. So it's not going to just make everything mushy. So with the dumpling, you can see on the bottom, it's getting a little bit of white on there. It's starting to get a little bit of a sear. We don't want to get any color on these. We're just kind of starting it. We're going to take some water, and we're going to cover those dumplings about halfway, and I'm going to put a lid over the top so we can keep that steam in there. Now that water is going to keep the steam in there. It's actually going to cook the dough, and it's also going to cook the filling. And then once that's evaporated out completely, we'll get down to the final process of searing it, the secondary stage. All right, so the most important thing is the food talks to you. I can hear it right now. It's saying, I'm running out of water. It's sizzling. So, let's take a look at it. Let's take that lid off and look at that. The water is just about done. You can see a little bit of the starch is sticking to the bottom of the pan and starting to caramelize. That's the flour that was on there. And we're just going to get this second sear. I can see all the dough's cooked. I can see a little bit of that shrimp that was on the outside puffed up. And now I'm just looking at the caramelization that's happening on this pan. So I'm seeing some nice golden colors here, some nice golden colors here, which tells me this is about ready. So we're going to shake this non-stick pan. We're going to look at those guys, and look at that. We've got really nice caramelization all the way around. So we can get ready to serve some dumplings. So I just made a quick little sauce of soy and some chili. We're going to get these dumplings right on the pan. And we're going to put some chopsticks on there. And we're good to go.
All right, so how was that, David?
It was a lot of fun. I'll tell you what. It's amazing how a chef can. It's a combination of skill, knowledge, and art to get this thing done just the way it's done. I had no idea.
And look at how beautiful it is.
It is.
And we're about to tear it up.
Made this for you.
All right. So, ready? And we got to cheers, because I made Christina cheers with me. We got to dip and then cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's one bite? Oh, whoops.
Well, can be.
It is today.
Brinker
And you made this?
told me to
That's
go.
really good.
Thank you.
Impressive. Thank you so much for joining us today, David. This was very delicious, and we look forward to seeing you at our 10th anniversary Griffith's Kitchen event.
It was my pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Bye.
All right, so here's what we need. We need your support. We need you to support Griffith's Kitchen 10th anniversary, November 1st at 6 p.m. And you can check out the website where?
GriffithCenters.org.
GriffithCenters.org. Make sure you support us. These kids are amazing. You are supporting a great cause. We want you to log on, check us out, and watch everything we're doing. Donate, donate, donate. Support a good cause.
Like